on Kansai Wisp, and I see a Zeus again, and like he ultis, and all of a sudden Earthshaker can't blink, Treant can't blink. It's tough times. What's up, camera?
Hey, baby.
Alright, so they picked up Treant Protector as their last pick on Kansai Wisp. Their sustain is absolutely terrifying. Like, they have so much push. Alright, Durga, give me your prediction, looking at the draft alone.
Laning-wise, I think CSW are going to have a rough time. The Treant obviously does try and bolster their lanes that little bit, but he can't control all three at once. So if Trust can time their sort of movement correctly, with Nyx, Visage, Zeus, Earthshaker, how many levels is he going to get early on? Because if it is a Zeus support, which it looks like it's going to be, that Lightning Bolt in Lightning and Soul Assumption are going to completely zone him out of lane.
Alright.
10 seconds.
I'm kind
remaining.
of... When I played Invoker with Drow, it all of a sudden, like, Invoker isn't the strongest laning hero at the start of the game, but with Drow, a monster, you know what I mean? And you, especially if you go Exhort with a Nyx Assassin, against these high intelligence heroes, you can just pick people off around the map. Like, if you get a nice lead on the Nyx, all of a sudden it's going to be a bad game to be a Jen and Tinker.
So do you think Exhort or Wax?
Okay, so after the mana boots change, I really think Wex is highly nerfed because you know, you don't need mana, so you don't need that like extra magic stick or anything. I still think it's really good to slow down pushes, and with Drow it's a lot easier to pull off. Like, you don't need as much snowball kind of mechanic. I don't know. I think Exhort is really good in this game.
I think Exhort is really good. The only reason my brain instantly went to Wex is Tornado against Tinker, EMP against Earthshaker and Treant. You know, they're heavily mana reliant and their mana pools are just awful. One EMP and their mana's all gone. But then the fact that also you've got the attack speed from Wex, couple it up with, you know, Alacrity a little bit later on, Cold Snap, that Drow aura allows these Wex invokers to just do an amazing amount of damage.
The thing I see though is if you go Quas Wex and they have so much push, like after you Tornado EMP, you're kind of useless. You know what I mean? If you can get an Orchid up and roam around and gank, it's fine, but I really don't see that happening. I think CSW are just going to 5-man very early.
So you either try and counter push with Forge Spirits and run to another lane?
Well, I was more... I'm more looking at... how do I say his name? Abba. More looking at Abba on his Nyx Assassin. If he can... Like, he can set up a Sunstrike with a Spike Carapace and Impale. He has a lot of... It's all on him, I think, in this game. Like, if he does well, CSW are in a lot of trouble. Because even if they're pushing, they have the mana drain on top of that.
Mango first for the Nyx. And a TP scroll. Is he going to TP top and ward? But no, he sells it. Double mango. Oh! Well, double mango.
Nyx already has insane base health regen, so...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What it's like 3 or something.
It's 3,
it's dumb
or
like
2.8 or something like that, yeah. It's absolutely insane. So for CSW, we have Chains on the Tinker, heading top lane with his boots first. That's kind of interesting, actually. 3-4-3 Fly on the Treant. Wedding Crash on the Leshrac. Godot on his Chen. And then 2D on the offlane Earthshaker.
Yeah, then over on Trust, Jap playing that Visage down in bot lane with Lakel's on the Drow Ranger. My pro, Invoker, no big surprises there. Quas first. Kind of indicates Wex.
Well, his items...
With the Null Talisman, this is the thing, like, Null Talisman always for me said Exhort, but I've seen a lot of players go Null into the Wex and then still go Phase Boots later on. But then we've got BB on the Zeus, which is going to be support, and Abra up at top with the Nyx Assassin. It's still, like, if you see Phase Boots first on Invoker, it's like 99% sure that it's going to be, Blades of Attack.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 99% Wex. But this is still 50-50 for me.
Well, the fact that he has very little regen against I guess, who's going to go middle? Leshrac, yeah. He's going to have a lot of burst damage, and knowing you're going to put more points in Quas early suggests Quas Wex as well. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Dire Observer, what we're actually looking at here. One that sees the river. Just watching for Nyx when he's going to go and contest those rune spots, because experience-wise, is he actually going to be 1v1 against this Tinker? It looks like 3-4-3 on the Treants moving up to top, as well as Godot in this safe lane jungle. Their pushing power is limited. So Godot, I think his main tactic here is going to be looking towards mid lane. Get a troll, set up for Leshrac stun, kill the Invoker a couple of times.
If he does go Quas Wex, it's extremely difficult to gank him. If he has Tornado invoked, your Chen can do nothing, unless maybe you have a net creep and you can get him from smoke. Alright, So
This is dual lane. Zeus and Nyx up at top.
I guess he's going up to D-Ward? That's the only thing I can think of? Yeah, okay.
Sentry down, but he can do a lot of harass here as well.
This is kind of an interesting lane, actually. Okay, let's see what Godot's doing. He did the double stack. Did he get it off?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mud golems everywhere, and ogres. These mud golems are ridiculous. I think they're best for Enchantress.
Mm-hmm. Because of the timeout mechanic?
Yeah. You can get, one down to low HP, and then another one on full HP, and send them sort of in. Then you get, 5 stuns, something ridiculous like that.
It's like 300 damage as well.
Yes.
It's
125 damage per.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if you have two main golems that are on low HP, you get the stuns from them, and then they split. Then you have 4 small ones with another extra. It's like 700 damage or something ridiculous like that very early on with just 2 creeps. And that's not even mentioning the stun.
Yeah, it's kind of insanity, actually. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Mypro is taking the brunt of Leshrak's damage. 4 for 5. The denies coming out of Wedding Crash. Ridiculous up against this Invoke. Well, I guess Invoke's 3 for 5 as well, but he's missing out a few last hits here
He
and there.
definitely is. Yeah. This harass from Leshrak is pretty... He's controlling the creep aggro really well as well.
And look at this. Quite often with Wex Invoker, you go for another point in Quast for the more powerful Cold Snap. Here he goes for the value point in Wex, just to get that early tornado you were mentioning. If Chen does come at 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in, he wants to be prepared. And actually,
harassing with us.
Starting off with Tornado into Cold Snap when he cracks. Okay, Living Armor will keep him healthy for now.
Living armor doesn't last very long against Cold Snap.
Does not.
Oh, rotation on that.
He stuns about Mypro. Another lightning, the cooldown on that. He's going to drop, salves himself up, trying to man-fight the Goblin.
Okay, he waited so long to invoke that. Oh my god, I actually nearly had a heart attack. He had invoke off cooldown the whole time, but just waited. The confidence was ridiculous.
And 3-4-3 at top lane drops to 10 HP. The lightning being spammed out. There's another Fissure here. He's not going to catch him. Mypro just out of range. The pings get spammed.
Oh my god, Invis is apparently OP. Because both teams surviving on like 2 HP because of it.
But yeah, Earthshaker is left bot lane. There is almost nothing he can do down here. I'm surprised he's reached level 2.
Look at the HP on Nyx Assassin as well. He's only used 1 tango, and he's still on full HP because of them mangoes.
Oh yeah, stat shield. He's only taking lasers,
Look at that. Look at his regen. 5.2. What the hell is that?
That's nuts. That is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Mango's overpowered.
Oh, even
So you could do the same thing with Ogre then, because Ogre's got like 1.8 or 2 HP regen per second.
Isn't it 3?
Is it the same as Nyx?
It's very similar, yeah. Or like 2.8 or something.
They get a hell of a lot. Well, Mypro, now with his little brown booties, he's got a sell for himself and 2 points in Wax. He's just keeping that Ghost Walk invoke. Like, I'm holding on to this.
With the re-invoke though, honestly, when I saw the change initially, I wasn't too sure about it. But then when I played with it, it just allows you so much more freedom on Invoker. You can invoke things that you're not too sure about and then re-invoke later. It just allows it the more versatility in the early game with that low level of invoke.
And then swapping between like Tornado and EMP.
Exactly, yeah.
It's really nice. So you can always have EMP in that second slot, so you can EMP then Tornado. And then get into Cold Snap, and without wasting an invoke cooldown, because the amount of times that I wanted to cycle through and then waste an invoke cooldown, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I should have just kept it as it was.
Exactly, yeah.
But look at this from Godot. The Chen stacking the jungle pretty damn well. They've got some massive camps. If only he could find a Wild Wing Ripper.
I think one of the most impressive things is like Kel's control of the creeps. He has 24 last hits with 20 denies, completely shutting down the offline Earthshaker. Like, he's level 2 and he's not going to see a creep for a long time.
Well, Nyx and Zeus, they're going to be dewarding here. Godot moving across. He's got a Golem and a Satyr. We're going to clear out the small camp, stack it up. No, just take it down. We don't have Leech Seed on the Treant though, so they don't really have that opening unless they, like you said, have a Dark Troll, something like that. Tinker has no real opening spell
Look at this. Look at this creep though. This Mud Golem is awfully low on HP.
Oh, true. They've got a couple of stuns to throw out there.
I think they're going to attack it and get it even lower.
We're trying to. Oh yes. There we go.
Attaboy, Goda.
23 HP.
This is huge.
Oh, but with the Satyr Aura, he's healing up pretty quickly.
No, don't heal.
Don't heal the Unholy Aura.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Okay, he's got an early smoke. Let's see if he can get on. Okay, he's under a ward now.
Oh, they know Nyx is pushed up pretty far now. Chen moving in from the side. Wrap her around. No.
They've also pinged the smoke. They saw the courier come in with the smoke on top. Using the stun. Okay, they want to use the baby stuns.
And they got the split. Time to just farm up a little bit.
Oh, mid lane. A bit of harass.
Yeah, but my pro, the damage output here with Drow Ranger, the plus 15, you can't really just get away with that.
What do you think about getting phase boots when you have a Drow on your team instead of threads?
On Wex Invoker?
Yeah.
Just for the attack, what? Just for the attack speed?
Attack speed
I
with
guess
the Drow
get
aura.
a little bit of intelligence as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. With Wex, you get so much attack speed. I think the biggest thing about having Wex Invoker is just mobility and movement speed. That's one of the weaknesses of Exort, is the fact you need to go like Force Spell or Blink Dagger or something like that just to keep yourself active and around the map. And boots of travel, obviously, as well.
He still hasn't found a fucking bird. Oh, but Leshrac is going to clear out the stack. I love when the teams do this for Leshrac because he's all about getting that early lead and getting an advantage in the game. And stacking for him it's just so powerful.
How's his Visage doing, though?
Very well.
He's level 4, heading into the medallion. Over on the courier, what do we have? Oh, courier hockey, please. Just an observer water, so nothing too big coming out. My pro, clarity up, get his mana pool back up, and 2D is taking over this mid lane. He needs level 3, he needs to get some experience here. His Wedding Crash, he's cleared out all the camps.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad time if you're a Shaker. And I think the best thing about Sig's draft is that they can rotate the Drow because he's got this mask or Morbid Mask. And he can leave Visage in lane to farm up a bit.
Which he's doing right now.
Exactly, yeah. So there's not really any heroes that can contest them unless they rotate Chen or Leshrac down. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's against a Clockwork or someone that's an equal level that can initiate on him. So he has complete freedom now. This is like the last thing you need if your Tinker or Chen is like 3 birds smacking in the face. You know what I mean? Or early Medallion for Roshan could be amazing as well.
What kind of build do you think Godot goes for here? Just go for the regular old Arcane's Mech?
Okay, so they have quite a lot of magic or physical damage as well as magic damage. You have a really cool draft actually. Like they have a nice mixture of both, which I really like in Drow strats. I think you need a mechanism. Like I don't know why more people don't get Guardian Greaves. Sure, it's kind of expensive, but against right-click teams, having like that extra armor.
Oh yeah, 15 armor.
Like what the hell? Like people just don't die. It's ridiculous.
I'd like to see him just go for the full-on aura strat. You know, Arcane Mech, then Vlad's. Maybe push into Greaves a little bit later. Because having that extra armor, the extra bit of regen and things like that from Vlad's, lifesteal on these ranged heroes pretty damn good as well.
They don't really have any right-click heroes though.
No, I think it's mainly about the armor rolls. On AMP catching a 1, the Wedding Crash gonna lose half his HP.
Huge, but they already have 2 mana boots up already, so all of a sudden, you know, your EMP isn't going to be as powerful, and especially if you're pushing together, you can time it so everyone has their mana boots off cooldown. I don't know what this is, but this is a very large stack. many neutral creeps have been taken out. Lightning Storm is getting spammed. There's Godot pushing up to level 6 as well, so 9 minutes in, level 6 Chen, Wedding Crash, pushing into level 9. As Invoker actually started building up into his primary item here, it's going to be the Orchid, right? Robe of the Magi could be drums. That's the old school Wex Invoker build. Go phase drums, just get the extra little bit of tankability, move around with that movement speed. But more often than not, you see that Orchid. So you can just go solo hunting in the jungle, looking for that Tinker, who already has his BOTs. For Sig, they need to take the tier 1 Terra middle, take the tier 1 Terra bottom, and then all of a sudden Roshan is extremely easy, especially when you have these heroes like Tinker who take a bit of time to get going. You know what I mean? You have Tinker, you have Chen who's very slow to rotate. So if you can force, you know, a team fight top and then just TP bottom, you can do Roshan in the time because of the amount of damage. Ooh, cancel TP.
The fake out.
Very nice.
Yeah, Nyx actually used Vendetta to try and find a killer bot lane on 2D, but has wandered his way over to mid. Not going to find anything here. His Visage Familiars were walking over to help out as well. So not only do they have this Drow strat, but they've got global presence against this Tinker. With Visage and Nyx, they can move around pretty damn well. Zeus with his ultimate. No matter where they are on the map, they can look for kills.
They need to push together as a team though, because you know this chip damage doesn't work very well.
Oh, Raquel's good gust back, and Wedding Crash, can you get your stun? No, he's slowed down by the Grave Chill. In comes Chen Creeps, though, as Raquel's trapped up. Wedding Crash now with the splitter earth will find Raquel for the first blood. 10 minutes into the game. Jab, are you sure about this? The heal out, the Hand of God, and 2D. He's going to be trying to save his teammate, but Godot drops. 2D can't turn and fight, but they get one.
That's a
They'd lose
huge
the
answer.
Leshrac in the back.
They smoked up for that and they answered so quickly. Sig are on form here.
Like, Nyx was waiting towards mid lane.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think he expected the movement in there, but he was in position regardless.
Very good communication. And a really good silence as well. It just bought him enough time for his teammates to get in to get the return kills.
Like, they lose the Drow, but how much did Drow actually lose from this? Not too much.
I actually don't think you mind going late game against CSW. You have a lot of catch for Tinker, and when you pick Chen, the Shrek, them kind of heroes, and you have a Nyx Assassin, like late game against that, it's handy. You know what I mean? Like if you can stall the game long enough, especially with Invoker coming into the late game.
And the fact that Leshrac has taken, what, 3 stacks? 3 massive stacks? And he's only 100 gold less. He's like 50 gold ahead of that Drow Ranger. It's not great. Micro mid lane. Cold snap on the wedding crash. The Fisher, though, will hold him back. One more hit, maybe. The Visage Familiars were coming in, but they're not going to find the kill. Look at MyPro's positioning. Get out of my lane.
Godot's still kind of farming up, kind of a more passive Chen than we're used to seeing. He went aggressive bottom, but apart from that, he's kind of been chilling.
Still no Wild Wing. I guess there are no more stacks left, but that armor, the fact that he could have used Tornado on lane maybe to help out Wedding Crash, that's the RNG you have to deal with as Chen.
Do you think they're making the right decision, concentrating all the farm onto Leshrac instead of getting Mechanism early on Goda?
Well, what does Goda have? Arcane Boots.
He's quite wealthy.
Yeah, he's not looking too bad. I think the big thing here is buying time for Tinker. They have bought the first 12 minutes for Tinker. He's got his BOT, he's got Soul Ring and Bottle. There has been almost no pressure after the first couple of minutes when it was Zeus and Nyx there. Oh man, are they going to go in for this? They see Wedding Crash, they turn back around though. The Kells and Jap, now they go onto 2D. Fisher onto 2. The Familiars though.
This is kind of an awkward position. The Tinker's TPing in. Well, your Air Checker's only level 4. There's not much he can bring to the table. Oh, big pick off on Nyx Assassin there. He kind of just went into a sentry ward. It was pretty unfortunate. Got leech seeded.
Zeus ulti? Who are they looking for? Is that just for vision? Oh, Godot
tried to kill
very low.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He gets a nice little armor for himself. Okay, so they're pinging at the sentry wards in the jungle. They've been very good, CSW, in placing these sentry wards. They have them on all the choke points to get into the dire jungle. Very, very good.
I've got them all around mid lane as well.
Yeah.
One on the ramp up here, one towards the bot rune spot. Also, checking out Roshan observers across here. Who's mid? Wedding Crash on the left.
Considering that though, they still have quite a decent amount of farm in their support.
Oh, tornadoes in the land, but the Fisher, MyPro, might be trapped in here. Does have a gap through as the Smurf won't land. Over at the back. Godot forces Abba back out. The Nyx not finding an avenue through. Tier 1 does drop though. Visage gets the kill.
That's huge for Visage. Look how much gold he has. Oh my god.
With Medallion.
Yeah, he is farmed. That early rotation of Drought to the jungle, even though he might have died, it allowed him to just get so much so early.
Normally I'm a massive advocate of an early Solar Crest. Here I'm not too sure. CSW don't have, that one right-click hero. You're thinking, okay, well, either we need to focus him and minus armor with the mischance, but I don't know. Straight into Aghanims?
I think you can go straight Aghanims here, yeah.
Point Booster is such a value pickup.
Even just go Point Booster and then Solar Crest could be legit. Because they have so much burst damage, you need some sort of sustain.
I guess one of the big things is, you use it on Roshan, you can try and put it on the Drow Ranger if you're pushing a high ground, dodge all those attacks on the tower.
Also, minus armor when you have such strong right-click on your team isn't so bad. Even though, the mischance isn't too great.
CSW were thinking about stealing Roshan now. They snuck in.
I don't know. It'll take a while. They have Edict level 3. That's it.
That's been something quite interesting, because over in Europe, Edict is often level 1
Completely
or ignored.
Yeah. It also has to do with the lineup. When you have a Chen on your team, it's...
You push.
Yeah, you want to push. You want to take advantage of them kills.
Oh, look at that. Thundergod's Wrath going to scout it out. CSW not giving up, though. They're staying. The mass DP's down to bot. As Visage as well as Invoker both getting down here. Tier 1 up top will drop to their Catapult as well as Creep Wave. And with the Zeus wandering across Roshan.
They don't have Hand of God.
He's only lost 3,000 HP. It's slow.
It's so slow, dude. What did you do?
Toe curling moment here as now Tornado going to fly across, not catching anyone. But on the creeps though. Left at exactly the right time. Centaurs dropping low. Hand of God. Yeah, you're right. 100 seconds until that's back up. Familiars. Deterring the advance here from 2D and 343.
Nyx Assassin to rotate. Look at his gold though. Oh my god, he's farmed.
What does Nyx have?
He has 1.7k gold and mana boots.
That's Blink incoming, right?
Yeah.
Wedding Crash is making his way towards that Bloodstone. He's got the Soul Booster, but still needs Recipe and Soul Ring.
That whole time, CSW were concentrating on Roshan. Nyx was farming top, Drow was doing the Ancients. Trust knew exactly what was happening. They knew they didn't have to rotate that quickly because of how slowly they do Roshan.
Yeah, the one trade-off there, CSW chains, no, he's gonna get thrust out and right-click, no! Lakel's stayed in the margin, he thought he was gonna die, the living armor in the last second.
Oh my god, so clutch.
He thought he got it, but man, that treant. And I was going to say, the one big thing here for CSW was the fact that Chains was farming, and he's getting very close to Blink. If they had got that kill on the Tinker, that would have been massive.
Okay, let's see here. 2,000 gold up on your Nyx Assassin. You have point booster medallion on your Visage. Like this is, it's a lot down to Chains and how well he can split push and farm the map.
And Invoker 600 away from Orchid. Another smoke here from CSW. Do they try Roche again? Do you go for a wraparound on bot lane?
I think you need to pick. You want to try and get these tier 1 towers because the second they Zeus ulted, everyone just TPs to the tier 1 tower bottom. As Radiant.
You've got dust on Treant. So you look for the Invoker. You know that even if he Ghost Walks, you can still get the dust out. My pro. Him and Abba, they're in a pretty rough spot here as they go in. Overgrowth from 343. Good tornado and EMP, but my pro dusted up and there's no escape from this really. The right clicks, the magic damage output from CSW will finish him off. And Nyx in Vendetta, the dust, the Fisher blocked. The Sato with the final Hadouken blast him onto the tower. Visit Familiars looking for the stun, but on a hasted lash track, the horsey man just galloped away.
Kelso at the same time pushing mid lane. Having a Tinker, man, it just makes like split pushing just an ease to deal with, doesn't it? It's very, very nice.
And comes back, blinks forward, spams March, and
all of a sudden you're split pushing. No.
Especially if, as a dry ranger, you clear the creep wave and then you push, and then you get nuked down to like half HP and there's the March there. You've got nothing to lifesteal from. You're sort of stuck there thinking, okay, well, I've got to bail.
It's also the blind as well. That huge blind duration is against right-click damage team. Holy crap! Like if he levels it up more, like 4.5 second blind. What? It's insane. Have you got Aghanims on Tinker before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude.
The refracting laser.
It's actually the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, it completely stops the push. It's like super blinding light.
Nice.
It's insane.
With all the damage as well.
And it doesn't have a cooldown because you have rearm.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's...
Well, net worth difference. We were looking at about 4,000 or 3,000 for Signature.Trust with the towers they've all taken. The fact that they've farmed so efficiently, but CSW have brought it back close to 0.
This is a very, very tight game at the moment. I think it's a lot down to Roshan and how they fight around Roshan. You know, because Trust have a very, very fast Roshan team, like extremely fast. And on the other side, CSW have a really slow Roshan team, but they have a really good, fighting team around Roshan. So I think this next row. Oh,
And Invoker do this. Oh, he's got a cold snap. Yeah, find the solo pick off.
that uphill ward.
Oh, the Fisher. You need to split up the land straight after, and he's not going to find it. Chaining him.
The rocket though, the rocket.
It's not going to finish him. The TP forward. There's no one to TP to.
Oh my god, he was on 40 HP. That level 4 Quas doing work.
And he's got his Orchid coming on the courier.
Okay, so now this is when Chains needs to be terrified. You know, you have an invisible Invoker just sitting in lanes waiting for you to come in.
And a Nyx Assassin on the other lane.
Yes, it's like, okay, you take top, I'll take bottom. We got this guy.
You're always going to get caught.
Okay, let's see. What do you think of his one skill point in Invoke at level 11?
He's gone for the, like, his actual skill set as a Wex Invoker is basically 3 spells, right? So he doesn't necessarily need the shorter cooldown. Let's recognize himself in middle lane. The attempted pick up there is 343 coming in with a leech seed. Godon and Treant. They're going to go for the kill onto Zeus, but he's lasting through it all. Chains finally comes in with the rockets out. A little missile flying across. 2D. Fisher trying to clear the creep wave, closing in on his blink dagger. But yeah, the 1 point invoke, you don't necessarily need the cooldown reduction. On Exort, I would say you always need extra points in invoke, because you want to have, Sunstrike, Cold Snap, Forward Spirits, Ice Wall, everything. With this, it's Tornado EMP, and then you
Deafening Blast, I think, is the way forward against a Tinker. Like, being able to pick him off with that ranged stun, especially if you initiate with Cold Snap. Okay, here it is. Such a harass, but like
they're not doing any damage to Roche.
This seems like a desperation kind of play.
Fair enough, Lashrak with level 3 in Edict. Is this because they need Aegis Immortal on that Lashrak to push into towers? Because he doesn't have Ghost Scepter or any mobility.
He has no way to stand beside the tower.
This one now, Godot Anaburn up as well, Tornado flies across, the Fisher's good trying to block them out, but the Gust with the Orchid, they need one more hit, Godot uphill, no it is! The Orchid Soulburn is going to take him over, it will do so.
Oh my god.
They all missed uphill.
Both, that was insane. Okay, and yet again, There's Nyx is farming bottom again. They're farming the map while they're trying to take Roshan. Like they waste so much time. It's.
I love that. Nyx goes in. He gets the stun off, he does his damage, he's like, right, I'm done. And he doesn't stick around and say, oh, maybe I can get a few right clicks in here, which maybe another support or another ranged hero might have tried to do. He goes off and says, well, sod you guys, I'm going to go and farm.
It has a lot to do with the style of team they have, though, because they know it takes so long. So they're like, all we have to do is interrupt it and kind of annoy them, and then eventually we can get Roshan anytime we want. We just need to force them back onto their side of the map.
You're watching my pro, I'm watching him as well.
Yeah,
Just know the Tinker's going to TP up here, the blink over to the trees, Chain's rearming now.
His invokes are all off here.
If only. So now, you know, Ghost Walk. You can see him, he's going to find Chains.
He's in the lane.
Mana. Oh, he's TPing out. No, my bro. Split second too late.
And Tinker pings him as well. He's like,
knows.
yo, there was a spooky man around here.
There's a dude.
Tower is under attack.
And they're baiting Leshrac or Visage bottom as well, trying to get that. Chains knows what's up though. Seem familiar? 66%. It's pretty insane. And the average time for an Ags is 26 minutes. Thank you.
And how we're looking for Visage. How close is he? 1,000 away? So I think he's going to beat that average. He doesn't have another bid on the career, does he?
No.
So he's got about 4-5 minutes or so to get there for average time. Chains, that's aggressive. They've got the Carapace into the margin now. Look at the stun. He's dived through the margin though. Vendetta to hide himself and Chains. Slowed down. ABBA not going to hit the stun. He misses and Chains wanted the kill he really wasn't entitled to.
Oh man. Bit of a misplay, but at the same time they killed Tinker. So all of a sudden the Roshan is opened up to them.
Oh, the Kells walks into 3. Wedding Crash is here, ready and waiting. Fisher, and with the Edict, they'll find a pretty simple kill, invoking the trade-off for the Shen. Oh, they just keep on going.
Okay, that was huge. All of a sudden, Earthshaker's closing in on Blink Dagger. Like, Lakel's had his Bloodstone, so got a few more charges back after he lost some. You know, this kind of thing, especially with a pushing team like they have, like you can't give up anything against Leshrac. Your towers are just going to melt.
How did they find did Visage just walk into them?
Yeah, he tried to save Drow.
Well, my pro now with a value point in Exort. He's got 2 up in Invoke, so Deafening Blast that you mentioned is available for them. No, ABBA, Carapace, but Fisher, Split Earth, not going to land. They expected the movement forward from him. So they'll just reset and back themselves up. Where's Chains? Respawning now. Where do you head to? Top lane? Mid lane?
You go mid, push it out, and then... Oh, he's going top, okay.
A little bit safer up at top.
Yeah, definitely. So you can see Chains' positioning now. He's not playing in the lane anymore. He's like, okay, we had a spooky story top. Let's not do this again. And look who's hunting him.
Yeah, the spam pings. We know where he is.
Sentry wards every time. CSW are on point.
I was just looking at the observers. There's observer here, observer there, and then an observer there. Everything is focused around sort of that Roshan moving up into their jungle area because they know that it's going to be unlikely that Trust actually move from their top lane into jungle. It's always going to come from that central position.
Also farming the jungle, like the enemy jungle on Invoker, like he's a very mobile hero, and if he has Tornado up, it's very difficult to go on. I guess Earthshaker is probably the one to look for, you know, with his Blink Dagger. So it allows the Radiant to farm all of their jungle and bottom lane, and they have so much more map control.
Chain's going for a Bloodstone of his own. No Dagon, no Yules just yet. So he's definitely looking for, 20 minutes into the future. Bloodstone is going to try and secure him a little bit more damage to sustain in the late game.
Late Midas pickup. I like this on Invoker. He's kind of realized the game's probably going to go late game. It's kind of a passive game. And having maybe that one extra item in like 10, 15, 20 minutes could completely change the game.
Yeah, and then also, getting more points in Exort. Because right now, maxed out on Wax, you want the 4 points in Exort now to, get double Forward Spirits. They're not going to be as strong as an Exort build. But getting into Meteor and Deafening Blast is going to be massive here for him. So it's always one of the weaknesses of Wex Invoker. Your early game laning phase is decent. With the Drow Aura, it's good. Mid game with Tornado EMP, you can stop pushes, you can play aggressively into the jungle. You're pretty excellent in that scenario. But then you start thinking, okay, well, if I die 2 or 3 times in a row, I'm not getting this experience that I need. Exort just sticks around on 2 or 3 levels, and you just don't do any real damage.
I think also like the most underrated spell for Invoker is Ice Wall, and against this kind of team where you have Chen creeps running around in team fights, having an Ice Wall available to you.
Leshrac chasing you.
Look up, look up, look up. He's dead. Okay, so Earthshaker blinked in, Echo slammed, and they followed up with the Tinker bots TP. It was huge. And then, okay, they've realized this, and all of a sudden, there's a worm. Oh, that's a Drow troll. Okay. I was like,
Chen creep. Why is there a Chen creep in here?
because he's been doing that all game.
Yeah, he had a centaur in there for quite some time. Godot, they're walking in. He's going to get stunned up.
He didn't last very long.
He evaporated. He just ceased to exist. They're going to get the tornado out. Good stun on the 2. Abba, jab, both caught. Lakells just wants to finish off Roshan. Toonie goes in, but he's going to get right click down. And Lakells, BKB is up. He's just taken wedding crash. You've walked in, you've got no support. The overgrowth not going to be in time. Takes him out, and now 3-4-3 is caught. There's 3 birds after that tree. Jab is going to take a bunch of damage from Leech Seed, but yeah, you're right. The Aghanim Scepter on the Visage.
Okay, that was huge. Godak kind of just like sauntered in. He's like, yo boys, I'm just walking into Roshan. And then obviously they saw Roshan was kind of low and Airchaker went for that
Good blink
the
destroy.
YOLO play. Oh man, that was a big fight to lose.
I had like half a second of lag on that Chen kill, and all of a sudden he dropped from like 90% HP to about 50 HP and then just sort of, collapsed onto the ground.
Okay.
And yeah, BKB is being forced here onto Wedding Crash, so the last rank has to go BKB just to deal with Nick, Zeus, and the Invoker.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with Nyx. He's only got 3 points in his mana burn. Imagine the 4th point. That's 5 multiplier.
That's the cooldown as well, 4 seconds.
Yeah.
From 12 to 4 is ridiculous.
It's an insane spell if used correctly. Like, you just spam it in teamfight. Okay, so we have the Mechs finish
Tower is under attack.
Oh, is Abba going for a Midas of his own?
on Nyx.
Nyx.
I guess it's not bad. Is it like you Midas the Chen creeps? Like
Oh yeah, that's a good point as well. So Invoker and Nyx both with Midas of
yeah,
his own.
I guess that's their logic. Oh,
Dire structures are fortified.
they also have a lot of damage over time spells. So if it seems a bit funky, or maybe they get Maelstrom and put on some, like they have Del Shrek, they have Tinker,
Dire's
you know, the
tower
Leech
has
Seed. I don't know.
fallen.
That might be a bit funky.
This Zeus is a hero that we haven't really looked at too much.
He's
he
kinda
has been very
chilling.
quiet.
Yeah, he just does his ulti every now and then. He scouted Roshan twice when they were doing it. And
He's been dewarding like a boss though.
yeah, exactly.
Look at the trail of wards and sentries through
Okay, where
the
were the
Dire
sentry wards for the Dire? Okay, they've one behind their tower. And they just placed another one, okay.
Placing them everywhere. The amount of gold expenditure here is pretty nuts. Are we actually going to see it go with though as Visage and Drow both on their way out? The retreat from Trust just in time.
Okay, they know they're up to something. Yeah, they re-smoked actually.
Oh, they all have like Nature's Guys. They smoke,
Oh,
they
God.
re-smoke and Wedding
What
Crash.
the hell? Okay.
That must have been unintentional. Team.
Oh God!
Close. Not close enough.
That was. I won't say anything.
Like that entire move.
Yeah, so
The
they
right click
smoked.
out
Okay.
from Lesh.
First of all, they smoked and then they re-smoked. So they used 2 smokes to auto attack a creep and then mix an Echo Slam.
What?
I don't know, mistakes happen, so maybe hopefully they don't let it get to them. They're not like they don't panic. A nice micro from Visage there.
What's he up to? Stunning people?
Just being annoying, basically.
That bloody Visage with the birds.
Have a look at the map though. Like have a look at where the Dire are, and then compare that to the Radiant and how they're farming the map. Like there's so much more effect. Oh, this could be a huge pickup. Oh, they scouted him with the Zeus ulti.
Blink dagger. Zeus gets the ulti up and Abba now. Oh, not gonna find him just yet. Chain's wandering through that little part in the trees.
Doesn't make any sense why there's no trees there. Like there's just a gap.
Little hidey hole. Lakells has BKB. He's got into the immortal as well to stun out. The mana burns. When they crash, dropping him below. Just need a couple more right clicks out. But Overgrowth holds them in place. And Godot gonna send him back home. No, he's actually not sending anyone back home. Brings his creeps in. Does get a double stun out onto Abba. He gets the impel down onto 3-4-3, but that test of fate. Nick's not worthy. They've got the vision out onto the tree and the splitter. Not going to land onto too much, but they've got the Tinker coming in with a rocket and laser. The AoE damage here from CSW crushing Signature.Trust. Depthing Blast going to keep them at bay. But
Okay,
one
so
by
that
one.
Treant ulti, that was huge. Like he came in from the angle and just completely locked down all of Signature.Trust.
Tower is under
Like
attack.
this game is so close actually. Like sure, Drow has a lot of lead, and they still have so much pickoff potential with CSW. Like 2D might have missed that Echo Slam bottom, but we forgot about that. All right.
He's still in shaking with the blink.
And he did amazingly in that team fight. He got a really nice blink enchant totem that locked down 2 heroes.
James, all the Visage players found him. He denies himself, and MyPro's now caught. Fisher blocks him. Echo Slam to follow. And MyPro, what's your escape plan? You've got nothing left to give.
They didn't actually have sentry wards, and he had Invoke off cooldown.
Ghost Walk's on cooldown for 15 seconds.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He still got invoked, unfortunately. And Abba, is this where you want to go? There's a sentry there, and they're baiting it out. He's caught the vision. They've got another sentry.
They're on point with these sentry wards.
Damn. So I was going to say, when you mentioned about the map positioning from both teams, the fact that CSW, yeah, they're grouping up as sort of 4. The Tinker can join them at any time.
Yeah.
While Drow strats quite often, they can spread thin when they need to and farm across the map just because they've got that Drow aura. They're relatively self-sustaining with Invoker. They've got mobility from Nyx. But they can also group up. When they do, they are heading into so much AoE damage. What AoE do we have from Trust that actually does a ton of damage and disables? Tornado?
Tornado Zeus-ish with his ulti, like it's not a lot.
I wouldn't really rate Zeus's ulti upon my vision. That's a deny from Lakel's.
Nice
Sneaky devil.
play.
And he's nearly got his Satanic done.
First item, like BKB, Sanjay Ash is Satanic. He is going to be so tanky. He's going to have like what, 2.6k life against a burst damage team, and when he has BKB on top of it.
But I guess it's the same thing we were talking about earlier. He doesn't need Butterfly. There's no right-click attacks. Doesn't need MKB. No one's going to buy Butterfly on the enemy team, so he can just go full stats.
Actually, so legit. Okay, let's
Maybe a
see.
Skadi later on.
Maybe. He's gone back for BKB on.
Oh, that's not a Satanic.
Okay, that's a Heart of Tarask.
Interesting. Tinker, tinker,
That
tinker.
is very interesting, actually. I guess he just wants to survive the Air Shaker combo. Like, that's what he's worried about, being not able to get his BKB off.
But against Rockets and Lash, the sustain from Satanic, you know,
Yeah.
they drop you low, they nearly kill you, then you turn back around.
You
But,
BKB and wreck them all.
but maybe if he's thinking that the rest of his team dies and he's last one standing, and then he loses his Drow aura, there's...
I still think Satanic is better.
Okay.
I don't know. I trust him. Like Kels. I've watched him probably for a little, I don't know, like 5 years or something. I think that was the first time I saw him.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Heart is a better item of pushing high ground, so I don't know if that's their goal.
Yeah, if you can slowly siege high ground with Heart, then that's a good point. Yeah, I guess that's their main logic. They want to just, you know, do a little chip damage, fall back, keep doing that. Because they do have a lot of, you know, they've the lightning, they've fissure, they've rockets, that kind of stuff. There is a lot of high ground kind of spam, like March as well.
BOT's over on that left rank. Keeping up with the Tinker.
Okay, so Lakel's is wrecking it in the farming.
301 last hits.
I'm sure it was 300 when he wrote it.
I know. So let's check with the BKB BOTs. Tinker, is that Mystic Staff going to be a Hex or a Shivas?
I think you go Shivas against their team. They have so much right click damage.
Yeah. Counteract the Drow Aura with a bit of armor.
Do you not get a ultimate orb if you go Shiva or if you're going Hex? Like first item to get that bit of health?
It depends how you're feeling. Because Mystic Staff is that little bit more expensive. Sometimes you think, I've got 3,000 gold. I may as well buy it. As a Tinker, you've got no item slots to say, okay, I can hold on to 2 of these big items. But yeah, it comes down to how he feels at the time. Ultimate Orb gives you a little bit more stats. You know, tank up a tiny bit.
The Shivas also gives you vision for the birds if you want to kill them in bushes. That's kind of cool.
My bro, looking
Oh,
for
that
Chen.
carapace was so close.
Do they try and get the Tinker down a bot? They're just looking for kills on every single lane. Top lane, sure.
They're not really finding them though.
No. CSW are running them around the map. Maybe now Godot walking into the wrong neighborhood, EMP. And that's a pretty easy kill for the Invoker, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he still gets fished up, and now when he
look
crashes
who's on the high
by the
ground, though.
lightning, on the high ground is Lakel. 2D blinks forward into
God.
him. The Drow Ranger is ready and waiting.
There's 3 birds and a fucking bow lady sitting on the top of the hill like that.
They forced BKB from the Invoker. He was really scared about that initiation.
Yeah, I think it's not too bad though if you can get something after it. There's a lot of, like these two teams don't really like. You know, all the tier 1 towers are dead, but that's about it. Oh, they killed the courier.
They killed the courier.
Oh my god.
And it had Ogre Club and Staff of Wizardry on it. Someone's, I guess, Chen's Aghanims were close.
Yeah. And here's that Roshan, like, now they have 2 Forward Spirits, like, look at their army, oh my god.
Alacrity on Lakel's closing in on 400 damage.
If they time the Drow Aura when there's Forward Spirits up as well, dear lord.
And then there's the little old Zeus running around, level 11 now, so he's got his 2 points in Thunder God's Wrath. And getting towards that Yule Scepter. Nix, you know, he's got level 14. The Midas has worked out decently for him. And after, you know, we said after Blink, Arcanes, and maybe an Urn, there aren't too many big items he needs. He just wants levels, tank up a little bit more, and then you can start thinking about that one big luxury item you can go for. A Hex, you know, something along those lines. Voidstone he's got already.
Okay, this is looking... This is high ground time, you know what I mean? You got your medallion on your drow, she has a heart and an Aegis.
And my bro is under the tier 2. He's looking for 2D the Blink back.
Heart has never been built on drow in all Pro Dota.
Wow.
Okay, that's a stat.
Lakels.
That is a stat and a half, actually.
Interesting.
Fair play to you.
See, if that, like, it's gonna be one of those situations where you're looking at that Dota, like, Drow Ranger with a heart, and it just comes up saying no results found. You're thinking, hang on a second.
Oh yeah, I must have typed something wrong.
I must have done something wrong, and then you check like 4 times in a row. Nope, definitely has not built a heart around. I guess it's kinda similar to Scotty Luna was almost never built her own a couple of times.
Luna as well.
BBA, Lakels, and BP both running in. Chain creep, holding them back, and now Wedding Crash, they're going to find my pro. The damage output, they did a few more clicks too. He gets the final chat totem. He'll get chased down by the familiar, but they're not going to finish him off. Wedding Crash, now 1v1 against the Vintage. In comes 3-4-3 Tree, and where's the rest of
They're
Trust?
just kind of walking around in circles. Like, that made no sense at all. Lakels walked towards them. Yo-Yo was just running away. I don't know. That was strange. Like, I guess Invoker kind of got caught out, and the rest of the team were like, alright, you're dead. And they just used Overgrowth and an illusion.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Nice. But I don't know why they wouldn't group up there. They caught the Leshrac, and if one more person was there, he was dead to rights.
Yeah, definitely.
Tinker does go for the Hex, so he's going to be looking to chain disable that Drow Ranger down.
So I guess he just wanted early... No, he's going for Blade Mail, no?
Tinker.
Oh yeah, he did. So they're building Shiva's on the Shrek instead. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I guess that makes sense. The fact that Tinker, yeah, sure enough, is going to help D-push and get in the way of things.
But they want the high ground tankiness from the Shrek, yeah. It's a good choice.
Satanic and Heart on Lakels. 3,700 HP. Okay.
Does he get Scotty as well, just for the laugh? Like?
Yeah, I guess he's got one slot left when Aegis is gone.
Yeah.
But it's one of those rough situations where you want that slot later.
For what?
For Aegis the Immortal again.
I think if you have like 4,500 health, you don't really give a crap about Aegis.
Yeah, maybe so. Give it to Invoker. My pro. Yeah, he's been focused down quite a few times. They're looking for the kill on him. Chen with a tree, and they're going to find Boombell here, stun him up, and Chat Totem, and Zeus in the wrong place, wrong time. They'll find him, meanwhile in the back. Invoker caught in the overgrowth, Aber in the back end, and he does BKB. But what do they do now? When he crashed BKB's up and just says, right pulse over time. Chains rockets out. Visage gives up his life, but there's Drow on the high ground. Perfect positioning from Lakels. Fisher not going to get more just yet. The Sunstrike off target, and Lakels is caught in between 4 as the Tinker blinks forward aggressively, and now Chance put him down easy. He's got Satanic. He can't use Satanic when he's Hex though. Little Piggy, what are you going to do? Run, and now you drop. Aegis the Immortal, gonna pop.
And they timed the Birdstone, they're on cool.
They've got Tornado. Use it now. Lakels BKB. Time to run. Just about getting out.
Nice play. That turned a terrible, like, completely disastrous situation into a kind of savable one.
But, like, they killed 3. CSW now, can they actually go for high ground? There's still tier 2 in the way.
They still have EMP, they still have Zeus spam. It's going to be hard.
They've got a hell of a lot of golden experience from the last couple of fights, though.
Radiant structures are
Let's see. I don't. Can Treant get a good overgrowth? Is the question here.
We've only had a blink. No DKD's up on the left track with a Deafening Blast. One more right click out from the Drow. Maybe tries to send it back, but denies in the end. And Chains just TPs himself away to safety. Go on.
Nice. It's a good escape from CSW.
Yes. Just lose the left track and denying himself. That's not too bad.
Okay.
There's your Greaves.
Okay, this is gaming time now. He has Ags, Greaves.
What else do you need?
On Chen? I don't think much else. Like, you can get Vlads. I guess you can get Necrobook. Maybe it's pretty decent against the scene. You know, they have a lot of
Carapace, chains, the barge, the triple barge. Oh my god, Abba, he yields himself up into the air and chains blinks out. Nick's not gonna get killed off in the tornado. Not gonna catch him. Chains gets back.
did so much damage. Oh my god.
All of a sudden, and now the kills.
He
The
doesn't have
chain
any mana.
hacks, yeah, he's got no mana left, you're right. 13 Bloodstone charges, not gonna be able to sustain this. And who's TPing here? Is that Leshrac? Level 2 BOT.
No, just one. It's the Chen creep. Soon level 2 BOT.
Soon.
Okay, let's...
Lesh still has his bottle 40 minutes in.
That value.
Heal up in the fountain.
Yeah. I guess it's also very good if you have a Tinker in your team, because you can TP in, you can hand him the bottle, and you can heal up
Refill.
teammates. Yeah.
GD Drow.
I am really interested to see what Adam goes next. Like if it's Scotty, I'll actually laugh so hard. Like. He will
I want to say you go raw damage, like Daedalus.
like crit, yeah. Just because they don't really like. You saw how long it took to kill them. You know what I mean? More health is nearly insane.
Like if you can turn and fight.
What
and
about Oh, he's got the demon edge. I guess MKB is very good against the Tinker as well.
Oh yeah, if his BKB's down, that's a good point as well.
Also, maybe that little extra TP constellation could be pretty legit.
Good shout, good shout.
Tithe to the impurity.
I think that might be the better option actually. Like sure enough, he's got a ton of damage. Maybe right-clicking down the Leshrac, you know, in what 4 or 5 hits, if you get a lucky couple of crits, then that's great. But the sort of guaranteed damage, almost guaranteed, it's still a percentage chance, but didn't get that bigger damage out. Echo Slam, they found the kills. Can they get the chain stuns out? No, he knocks his BKB, he turns to fight. The Overgrowth will hold him in place, but Abba heals up into the air along with the Zeus, and when he crashes in the midst, he's getting right-clicked down, and now, there we go. Meteor Deafening Blast, going over into 3 to sustain. Godot keeps them all alive, and the kills, he's got no Satanic, no HP, and he's down and out. Wedding Crash is just not dying.
No. Okay, so the Guardian Greaves, Chen heal. Oh my god, he has Shivas with the 9 bloods. Oh, he is a beast.
Like, the Leshrac, they dropped to what, a third of his HP? And then he's back up to full within a second.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And even when they push, if one of their cores die, like Tinker or Leshrac, their whole team is going to be on full life after the Bloodstone usage as well. The Meatball Deafening Blast didn't really combo well. You know, he Meatballed and then lately Deafening Blasted, so...
Yeah, like Deafening Blast hit 3, but the Meatball only sort of hit 1 or 2, and didn't really have a nice trail across.
Okay, let's see. Tinker is also super farm now as well. All of a sudden that Roshan that was very easy for Trust is becoming more and more difficult as the pressure gets applied.
What are we looking at overall? Net worth-wise, it's been really back and forth. It's like Signature.Trust, okay, pushing into high ground, trying to get up into the CSW base. Then they hold. They take fights near their secret shop. Now, you know, you're mentioning CSW, they're actually getting across the river. It's been a while since we've seen
It
it.
really has.
He's under attack.
But the thing is, well, this is the position they want to be in. When you have a push draft like they do, if you can win a fight now outside their base, when they don't have buyback on Drow or Invoker, you are literally, you're golden. Like you might get 2 lanes of racks in a split second.
Radiant's top tower is under
Abba,
attack.
are you going for this? Are you going for this
This is
sneaky
risky.
play?
Well,
You know they're farming the jungle, but they've got a gem on Trian, right? No?
Yeah,
Leshrac now.
Leshrac, yeah.
They moved it over. Give it to the tankier guy. Roshan respawns in, what, 2 minutes time? Something along those lines.
They have a gem on Nyx as well, just kind of scouting around looking for them wards.
Find the Trian.
I think you just split up and farm if you're Trust. You don't try and fight them anymore because they have some serious fight. 2D on his Earthshaker has been playing amazingly. After his extremely rough start, he came back really well into this game.
Do you go Blink on the Trian or Aghanim Scepter?
Okay, so I love Aghanim Scepter and Trian, like love it, but against Zeus, I don't think it's actually that good. You know, because you can just walk around spamming the truth side.
And with the gems out already?
Yeah, it's not as effective, but
And if you're against a Drow Ranger who's already forced a BKB because of Leshrac, you jump in an Overgrowth?
yeah, I think the Blink Dagger is definitely the way forward. Even like, okay, let's see. The Shrek does a maximum amount of 2,600 damage to her. Yeah, I think Blink is 100% the way forward. Just you need counter initiation against them. They have kind of
Radiant's top tower
like if you can
is
get up
under
into Drow's
attack.
face, even though she is like the tankiest woman in the entire world, just having a bit of lockdown to kind of do damage with the Leshrac on top is very important. Like just keeping people steady.
And then we've seen the multiple Yule Scepters over on Trust. Fair enough, it's keeping the Zeus and the Nyx alive for a split second, and they're able to get maybe one more round of spells out. But they can't use them aggressively. They have to use them on themselves to get out of March, the Pulse Nova.
The March has played a huge part in this game, actually. Okay, let's see. What have we got?
He doesn't have the Immortal though.
Aww.
My bro, you're farming your jungle, Leech Seed, yours, 2D comes in and gets the out from the Invoker, and now 2D's caught. They're gonna lose a couple of heroes here. Wedding Crash gets in with the Shivas though, and my pro is walked into 3! 1 versus 5 on the back end. They'll get a split out on the Zeus, and that's going to be another simple kill. Yule's up, but how long does he last? As the Echo Slam actually goes forward on the Lakels, and they've lost 2. Their big heroes are gone. Lakels, you don't have big AoE splash damage. You're not going to be able to fight through all of this. Maybe one pick off, maybe get the Earthshaker, but he's healed up. The Greaves, Satanic to try and keep Lakels alive, fighting against Wedding Crash, but the Real from Tinker. Hex, as well as the Rockets. Visage. 1 versus 5. CSW almost team wiping Trust. And like you said, this push is real now. With buyback not available on Invoker or Zeus, it would have been nice for their creep waves to be a little bit closer to the tower. But these 3 Ancients from Godar.
Oh man, that Invoker played so aggressively. He like walked into Fog, into a Tinker, and Leshrac just kind of standing there. Like, getting caught out with his low duration BKB, oh my god, he melted. All of a sudden, the team fight control that they were heavily relying on just didn't exist.
Well, yeah, they rounded this corner, and all of a sudden, there's Leshrac standing here, Tinker here, and difficult to handle. Roshan's back up, so when CSW either decide to back off from this push, maybe take tier 3 to half HP, if they don't commit completely, go fast push.
Okay, even just forcing the buyback from Drow is it alone?
Next, a Chan Totem deck. He's got buyback. He's gonna have to use it now. Gem dropped on the ground, 2D. Echo Slam in 50 seconds. He's got the Force Staff, and the Tornado's not gonna hit anyone. You need to start throwing out Meteors, Alacrity on anybody just to try and quell this push. The EMP, how effective is that now?
Not very. Hand of God used. They still have Guardian Greaves up. They don't have any mana on their gen though. Maybe they send. Can they send the bottle home? Maybe drop the Soul Ring. Let's see if he does.
That's a good point, is to have Tinker be the sort of
Yeah,
fountain bottler. Keep coming back and healing people up to full with, well, I guess they need mana more than anything, right? Because Arcane Boots went into the Bloodstone, the Tranquil Boots over on Earthshaker.
And the Guardian Greaves, you don't really want to use them purely for the mana. That's the one thing about them. It doesn't destroy mana boots, but it essentially does, because you save it for people being on low life.
Oh, Trust. They think they're in Roshan and CSW. They're going to be baiting high ground. Trust, where are you going to be heading? There they go. Into 3-4-3. They find the initial pickoff, but CSW, they're ready. The buyback from Trian. He's going to be TPing to the tier 3 just outside of his base. Tinker coming in as well. They're prepping. They're ready. They know that they need to contest this Roshan. Aegis and Cheese on the big guys. Tails is alone in the pit. He doesn't have a Daedalus or anything like that, and Octarine Core done on that Leshrac.
Holy crap. The Drow aura is up though, so the birds will do an insane amount of damage if they can position them correctly. Okay, so he has Octarine Core, Shivas, BKB, Bots, Bloodstone, Gem. Like he's a pretty tanky lad. Like, okay.
Look at Chains waiting. Wait, does Chains? Oh no, it's a little bit risky to push down bot lane. You don't know where you don't know where Trust have actually headed.
I think pushing them top is actually the correct play here, because they don't have any bots heroes. So all of a sudden, if you force one person back to defend top lane, or they just give it up for free, all of a sudden it's easy Roshan.
The wraparound on the wraparound. My Pro is going to walk into 5 air and Echo Slam start things up. My Pro, Ice Wall, and this is going to stop their advance. Wedding Crash is kind of alone here in the middle. Overgrowth's going to get cancelled out by Deafening Blast. Still catches Lakels, and Wedding Crash tanks through everything. He's not taking any damage. Octarine Core keeps the pulse over, healing him up, and Lakels, even with your Satanic, you can't survive through the magic AoE. Hexed up, Chains now, chasing the Zeus. Invoker. Last man standing.
Okay.
It's Invoker and Drow. They've got a buyback on Drow Ranger, but they're losing racks here.
You cannot kill Wedding Crash. It's insane.
He's invincible.
He literally seems to be like they close the distance so fast with Earthshaker that all of a sudden Drow and the rest of the team do no damage. And then the team fight is very like Leshrac just walks around AFK in the team fights.
That's the thing I'm looking at. I'm calling it. Leshrac is in the middle of 5. He's alone because of the ice wall.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, everyone's on a third of their HP. Wedding Crash has taken a grand total of like 3 damage.
It's completely insane. Like
They've even smoked up behind him. 3-4-3 and go down.
Radiant's bottom
2D,
net
ready with his
is
blink.
under attack.
Chains is hiding in the trees as well. The Familiar's going to fly over, but they don't know. They've got no bloody idea where they all are. And they're like, Familiars, they don't do anything to him. The fact he's got Sheep as a spell, 30 armor, 2500 HP.
Yeah, one thing they're doing in these team fights as well is they're catching Nyx out before he can get a lot of mana burns off. Oh man, this is a tough game if you're Trust. I still think they can come back. Like they have good high ground defense. They still have Drow. He might close in on, like, he's still pretty far from his item. He just had to ease it buyback. Like, I don't know. The Roshan's up.
That is a plummeting graph.
Yeah, it is.
A little peaks here and there for Signature.Trust, but all of a sudden, over the past 7 or 8 minutes, CSW with a couple of fights have not only brought this game back, but they are in a commanding lead.
Yeah.
Like, the past, since 8 minutes ago, it's like, okay, CSW, they're looking pretty good. And now, it's like CSW, okay, you're favored to win the game. Lincoln's and BKB over on that Tinker. He's getting close to, being 7 or 8 slotted.
Oh man, and with 18 charges on your Bloodstone, it's not even 1 or 2 team fights you have to win. You have to win like 3 to even be able to push. Because he's gonna have Aegis, he's gonna have an 18 charge Bloodstone.
Insta respawn, TP back in.
Yeah.
Kells with alacrity, what can you do? They're scouting out Roshan with Familiar, seeing how far through they are. When he drops, 1,000 HP, something along those lines, then it's go time.
How did they initiate? Tornado?
Like it's got to be Tornado Meteor, right?
He has Meatball.
Alacrity onto the Drow first. It's awkward. It is really awkward. He's only got 3 points in Invoke.
Yeah. Okay, so he tried to Sunstrike Chains.
Like it's a big difference going from 12 to 5 seconds cooldown. It's massive.
Yeah.
They blink in. The next offing stop as the man of Burning Hanks. Wedding Crash being caught by the Meteor. They're going to finish him off just about. He gets the Uptering Core damage out, but it's not enough to survive through. And Chains BKB blink himself away as ABA mid-head. Let's strike. Echo Slam onto 3. Duty finds them all. And now CSW in the Roach Pit. They're getting the job done. Aegis Immortal for Wedding Crash is on the cards. So they just want to push. Can they just go and end the game? Because Trey is dead for 100 seconds. Oh, the Yule's up, Zeus. Wrong place, wrong time, buddy.
Alright. That team fight again, that Echo Slam. Oh my god, he just locks down so many people with it. The buyback and all the buttons to travel as well. Tinker and on the track. Oh god.
Who did they buy back on? They put back
on the track.
Didn't he have an instant respawn?
Did he? I don't think so.
Because he had like 23 Bloodstone charges or something ridiculous.
They GG'd.
Yes, they have. So, Signature.Trust, he definitely pulled back. They tap out game number 1 here. 2-game series, CSW. After 35 minutes, 40 minutes of being pressured pretty hard, Drow strat, hit its peak. 35 minutes is always that marker where you think, okay, Drow, it's time to end the game. It's time to go and take base.
Yeah.
They reached that point and they couldn't close the game out.
I think it had a lot to do with the support play from CSW. Like, they completely zoned off their jungle. Like, you're an invisible hero going in there, you're not going to have a good time. Nyx got caught out twice.
20 sentries.